good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Infinite Crypto Cruisers. Hi there, folks. My name is Brad Varnell, and this is the Infinite Crypto YouTube channel. I am so excited to be with you tonight. Today, I'm going to go over some details on the $10,000 to $100,000 bankroll challenge. Folks, stick with me all the way to the end. Not only am I going to be showing you a step-by-step plan for how I'm going to get $10,000 turned into $100,000, but I'm also going to be announcing a second 10K to 100K bankroll challenge and a couple of fun other giveaways and things that I'm going to be doing for the community. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to Aaron at Cowboys of Crypto and any of you that are here watching tonight because you saw me on his live streams. I want to welcome you to the channel. It's so great to have you. And I also want to thank Bitboy Crypto and the Bit Squad for having me on Around the Blockchain a couple of times recently. For those of you that have found me through the Around the Blockchain live stream, welcome to the channel. I hope you really enjoy it here. So with that, folks, let's just get right into it. Let me show you the details on this 10K to 100K bankroll challenge. Let me get my screen minimized down here and pop up on this baby. So folks, 10K to 100K bankroll challenge. For those of you that don't know, I have a community member. We've got Bill V here. Bill V put up $10,000 for a challenge for me to turn 10K into $100,000. If I lose the 10K, I owe 5K to Bill V, so I've got some skin on the line. It's not just free rolling for me. Now, I didn't put it in here, but if I do take the $10,000 and turn it into $100,000, at that point in time, me and Bill are going to split the 100K up, $25,000 for myself, and he gets $75,000. Now, as you can see here, I can buy and sell. I can long and short. I can use leverage at my complete discretion. Anything that's legal goes. I am only using crypto, though. I haven't invested in any stocks or any other kind of financial instruments at this time. I mean, I do reserve the right to do that, but I think that that would be probably pretty rare. I don't think that anything's going to come up where I am investing in anything but in crypto. So to give you guys an idea, this challenge started back towards the end of April, which unfortunately was when Bitcoin was sitting at about $40,000 still. And as I started to deploy this $10,000, my original plan was to buy some tokens that I really thought had some amazing upside. So Ripple was sitting at about 65 cents to start with. XCAD was at a little over $4. This FitFi token was a little bit of a flyer. Metis here, though, was one of my favorite tokens, and I got this at around $45 originally. It was a $250 token at its all-time high, and I really thought that I was getting into it at a pretty good discount. And then after the market, crashed from 40,000 down to 20,000, this went down as low as about $17, 15 bucks. Now it's bounced back, but as you can see here, I actually sold the Metis into DOT. Part of the reason that I did that is I wanted to start shorting the market more. So originally I was buying and looking to take some projects and flip them kind of fairly quickly. The whole idea of this challenge was to get it done in 3 to 6 months. Looks like it might take a little bit longer than that at this point, but I mean, anybody within reason can, with $10,000, can turn 10,000 into 100,000 if they're willing to wait until 2024 or 2025. And that's part of what I'll talk about a little bit in this video. Depending on your time frame and how aggressive you want to be, there's a couple of ways that you can go about this. So now that we kind of got stuck, as you can see here, the total now in this bankroll is $3,500.79. I sold some UBT, which is Unibright token, into USDT, thinking that Bitcoin was going to capitulate down into the $10,000 to $12,000 to $14,000 range. I still think that's going to happen. I want to say right now it's sitting at about 21 cents, so it's come up just a little bit, but I'm still kind of waiting and holding on to this. I do like this as a long-term hold, and I plan on having a nice bag of UBT going into, the the 2023, 2024, 2025, bull run. I think the next bull run is probably going to be sometime in, the second half of 2024 going into the beginning of 2025. Now, folks, I do have to say, this is not financial, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. I don't have any licenses. I'm just a guy that changed my financial life through cryptocurrency, and now I'm paying it forward and hopefully helping a few of you folks, change your lives too. So with that, if you are interested in doing some group coaching, join the Infinite Crypto Facebook group. There's a link in the description of this video. I'm bringing and onboarding people on. I'm getting ready to be doing some group coaching there, a little bit more intimate, personal setting where you get an opportunity to hop onto like a Zoom and be kind of one-on-one with me within a group of people, asking questions, getting answers. And then if you're interested in some one-on-one coaching, DM me or on Telegram or Facebook or email me at myinfinitecrypto@gmail.com to schedule a free 30-minute consultation. Folks, for that, space is extremely limited. I'm extremely busy with everything that I have going on in my family and my life, but I do like to open, or would like to open that up to a few more people. I've already got a handful of people that I'm working with, but I've got a couple more slots open, so feel free to book a 30-minute slot with me to see, if I can help you structure your portfolio. What I'm really focusing on right now is how to have an 8-figure portfolio by the end of the next bull run. With that, let's hop over here to Coin Gecko. Let me refresh this. It's been a few minutes here. I noticed that we dropped down to under 23,000 for the first time in a little bit. So yeah, we're still sitting steady here at 22,916. I think it's very possible tomorrow, depending on the federal government's announcements here in the United States, that we could see this number drop dramatically, or we could end up, headed back up towards 25 to 28,000. I am hoping that we are on the way to some higher highs, a relief rally. I don't believe that even if we get up to $28,000 to $30,000 Bitcoin, that we can get excited about another bull run, that we're going to be looking at going back to all-time highs by any means. But I do think it will create an opportunity to hopefully short the market. So as I mentioned earlier, I have a second 10K to 100K bankroll challenge that has just started. I just got $10,000 worth of Bitcoin deposited into my account. I don't have permission from the gentleman to share his information at this point, so I'll just leave it anonymous until, he tells me otherwise. But this second gentleman is basically same rules as the first gentleman was, where I have control of the $10,000. I can buy, sell, long, short, use leverage, do whatever I want to do. And I'll tell you, I told him exactly what the plan was, and I'll tell you guys too. Over the course of my career as an investor in cryptocurrency since way back in 2017, my mentor, the guy that really walked me and held my hand through the first couple of years of my cryptocurrency journey, his nickname was J.K. HODL, HODL, which stands for Hold On for Dear Life. He was huge on just buying and holding, and so am I for the most part. In fact, that's what really got me the financial freedom back in the bull market of 2021, is in 18, 19, 20, when I was buying and getting crushed off like many of you guys are over the last 6 months. The one thing that I really did right was just hold. I held everything, even though I was down 75, 85, 95%, and I wanted to cry. I knew it was just a matter of time. In fact, I told my wife many different times, babe, it's coming, I promise you. It was frustrating, but at the same time, I appreciate her trusting me and giving me the freedom to do this and hang on for as long as we did, because I really thought that I was going to be wealthier in 2018 than I'd ever been in my whole life. And then we got crushed off in 18. Then I thought 19 was going to be our year. And then we got crushed off again in 19. And then I thought 20 was going to be our year. And for most of 20, we got crushed off. And then, as most of you know, December of 2020, the market started heading up, and between December of 2020 and the end of 2021, I made more money in that year than I probably made in the rest of my life combined. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't cash out everything at the top, so a bunch of my money has gone back down, and just like you guys, I'm feeling some pain, but I'm optimistic about the future. So the two different strategies that I think that you can really employ at this point is buy and hold good projects, Bitcoin, Ethereum. I really like XRP. I think they're going to win that lawsuit. ADA, Cardano, Solana, Polkadot is one of my absolute favorite projects. If you don't know it, you can hold Polkadot in a private wallet pretty much with control of your own private keys and still stake it and earn 10, 12, 14, 16% on Polkadot, which is amazing. Gives you an opportunity to have an asset that I think is going to be a several $100 token over the upcoming years. And you can get 10, 15% interest on it while you're holding it. I like Avalanche. Polygon Matic is one of my favorites. If you scroll down here slightly a little bit lower, I think FTX, FTT here is going to be good. Chainlink is another one of my absolute favorites. I love Chainlink. And then going down a little bit further, VeChain has been fantastic for me over the years. I really did well on it during its last bull run. I want to say it peaked up at around 20 something cents and was fantastic. I was in it at less than a penny. And then one of my other favorite tokens that is starting to make its way down here pretty low on the market cap is Zilliqa, ZIL. And so it's, 81st right now. This was another token that was up in the 25 to 40 cent range. I don't remember exactly. Those are a handful of tokens. I notice here I've got some Engine token. I've got a little bit of AMP. I wanted to mention, Bitboy Crypto, Ben Armstrong really loves Algorand for the next bull market, and HBAR are two of the tokens that he likes. So those are two that I'm highly considering getting involved with. Well, folks, the other option, and I definitely do not want to sound like I am promoting leveraged trading. I just want to share with you guys what I am doing, and this is with a small percentage of my bankroll. So for instance, yesterday I leveraged, I want to say it was about 70 Polkadot at 5x leverage. My entry price was $9.28 and I shorted Polkadot. I had a feeling the last time it had bounced up over 9 like this, it had went back down. And so I really thought that we were going to see a little bit of pain. I caught it on the high side. So I leveraged, about 70 Polkadot with 5x leverage. Today I woke up and it was in profit. I earned 15 Polkadot on about a 70 Polkadot, leverage. So I earned, what is that, about 20%? Right in the ballpark of about 20%. 15 Polkadot, that doesn't seem like much, and it's not, but I'm just playing with smaller numbers. I'm not going to go crazy and be trying to leverage tens of thousands of dollars worth of tokens. I'm also only using 5x leverage, folks, so I can't pull it up exactly right here, but you can see my entry price was $9.28. Well, folks, my liquidation price was about $15. So in order for me to get liquidated on this trade and lose the whole 70 Polkadot, it was going to have to, almost double or go up by 75, 80%. And I was keeping a close eye on it. The other trade that that's turned out pretty well for me was these last two Ripple trades. You can see here now these are from a long time ago when I really had no idea what I was doing, and this is why it's dangerous. You can see here that I had 4,000 Ripple and I closed it with a 1,664 Ripple loss. And then here I had I closed a short basically with liquidation. I had 1,491 Ripple, and I had it leveraged at, I forget exactly how high. It must have been a pretty high leverage though, and it got just got liquidated. So this is the trade that I made here way back it shows here that it was closed on August 9th, but it was actually opened, sooner. So one of the things that you can be doing in the short term is, longing and shorting the market. Once again, it's not something that I recommend for people that are newer to crypto. I definitely don't recommend it at all, really. I mean, it's something that I'm doing that I'm comfortable with, but if you're going to do something like this, you really need to take the time to educate yourself. So unless you've really done some substantial cryptocurrency investing, have a pretty good portfolio, and then you're just willing to use a small percentage of it. Like you can see here, this was 4,100 Ripple that I had at risk. That's only at 35 cents a token. That's only like $1,500 worth. Not a huge amount depending on your bankroll. So it gives you kind of an idea. There's two different ways that you guys can play this market. One is the slow and solid way. And actually, I think by far, dollar cost averaging into some of these tokens that we mentioned here, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polkadot, Matic, and so on and so forth, is by far the best strategy for 99.9% people out there. But I don't mind the idea of you doing both. So I'm doing both. I'm still accumulating, in order to get to my $10 million portfolio by the end of the next bull run. I've got some pretty big numbers. I want to have 5 to 10,000 Polkadot. So even at today's prices, 5,000 Polkadot at $8 is 40 grand, and so on and so forth. So if you were starting from scratch in order to build a $10 million portfolio, you'd probably need to have, a couple, $200,000 or $300,000 lying around to invest. Now, if you've already got a little bit of a portfolio, or if you're willing to be a little bit more aggressive and you're willing to, get into some of the smaller cap stuff, you don't necessarily need that much. It's a little bit riskier, but that's kind of part of where some of the group coaching and the one-on-one consulting can come in, where you can really personalize your strategy. But what I kind of recommend, and when I say recommend, what I'm doing, it's not financial advice, is kind of a hybrid of the two. I'm taking 75 to 95% of my fiat and the money that I'm putting into crypto, and I'm just dollar cost averaging into these tokens. And then I'm taking 10, 20% of my bankroll, and I'm putting it into, some leverage trading, XRP, DOT. I'm getting ready to move some Cardano over to this account, maybe a little bit of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And really what I want to see happen, kind of what my plan is to wait for the next relief rally, wait for Bitcoin to run up to run up to, $28,000 to $30,000. And once it kind of looks like it's getting up back to the peak where I believe it's going to start going down, I'm going to short the heck out of everything. I'm going to short Bitcoin. I'm going to short Ethereum, Polkadot, XRP. I'm going to have a lot of my tokens moved over percentage-wise, not necessarily a lot of my tokens, but I mean, I'm going to have probably 10 different tokens that I'm looking to accumulate more of, and I'm going to short it all the way down, including a nice chunk of Bitcoin. And then my plan is, once I get down to that $10,000, $12,000, $14,000 Bitcoin, I'm going to close all of the orders that I have open on the altcoins, and then I'm going to take the bigger position, because I think that most of the $10,000 portfolio of Bitcoin that I've got for the second 10K to 100K challenge, I'm going to use most of that short Bitcoin once we get our next relief rally. And then my plan is, I believe I can take that $10,000 and turn it into $20,000 or $30,000 by shorting it properly. Even though I'm going to be safe with just like 5x leverage, I should be able to turn it into hopefully $20,000 to $30,000, hopefully $30,000 or so. And then I'm going to, at the bottom of the market, when all of these tokens like Polkadot is down to $1 or $2 or $3, Chainlink's down to a couple of bucks or less, Matic is down to 10, 15, 25 cents. At that point in time, when I close out that Bitcoin trade, I'm going to take the whole 25 to 30,000 and pour it into all of these altcoins, which I believe will rebound relatively quickly. They're not going to rebound to their all-time highs, but I believe they will rebound to double or triple fairly quickly. When we do hit that capitulation, if we do, Bitcoin runs all the way down to 10,000, I don't expect it to stay there for weeks or months on end. I believe it'll hit and it'll bounce back up and right back to 17 to 20,000 fairly quickly. My goal is to buy a bunch of these tokens at extreme discounts and then ride it all the way up. So like with that second 10K to 100K challenge, if I can ride the 10K in Bitcoin, leverage it, short it, turn it into 30,000 on the way down, and then put that 30,000 into these tokens that are beat the heck out of, and then all they got to do is double or so, or triple, and 30,000 is all of a sudden 100,000. So this second 10K to 100K challenge could be over fairly quickly if Bitcoin, will cooperate a little bit. If we can get that relief rally up to 28 to 30,000 or so, I think I can really run that 10K up to 100K fairly quickly. So with that, folks, I appreciate you very much for being with me and spending some time here with me today. Remember, if you'd love, I'd love for you to join the Infinite Crypto Facebook group. It's growing quickly, and I've got some really special things going on for the people that are going to be in there. One-on-one coaching would be fantastic to hear from a few of you. And, with that, folks, I am going to get out of here, go enjoy the rest of the evening. God bless you all. Thank you all for being here. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Take care.